subtle change. It's not.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
But there is a few unique changes there.
Yeah, I think we've just refreshed
gorgeous.
it really.
It's really warm.
Oh, good, thank you. Because I just love how we wanted to. Really, the main reason, if I'm absolutely honest, is all my publishing came back to me after many, many years, 28 years of it being away. Also, I'm now my own record company. I'm the label.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you so much. So I now own the label and everything. So we decided to put out an essential collection with all of the songs that people would know and a few new ones. And I just wanted to re-record everything and go, what would it feel like to sing those lyrics that I wrote 21 years ago? Now as a 50-year-old man, as opposed to a 30-year-old man. So that was it was a great, it was an experiment and a really good one, I think.
Do you think it worked?
Oh yeah.
Oh, lovely.
For sure.
Oh, I did get a question.
Oh yeah, go on.
It's pertaining to another song.
Okay.
What was the message in the box?
Well, the thing about that song is, firstly, let me say that it was written by Carl Wallinger from World Party, right? I was put up for the Tina Turner tour, right, in the 90s, and her manager at the time came to see me open for Clannad in the Royal Albert Hall, and he loved my voice and everything else, but the word came back to my manager Simon Fuller that he didn't think I was quite rocky enough for Tina's audience, right?
Oh, right.
So we were a bit like, oh well, never mind, but Simon, my manager, was like, no, we have to change this. So Callum McCall, my guitar player and producer and so on, he said, look, I've got the perfect song. Now, we thought we'd already finished the album a better time.
Yeah.
So in he comes with Put the Message in the Box, and initially I really didn't even like it. I was like, oh, I don't think I like this song, I'm not sure, you know.
Way.
Yeah, if I'm honest. And so then we basically did it in one afternoon, live recordings, all of that, and of course it ended up being one of the biggest hits off the record. But I think to answer the question in terms of my interpretation of Carl Wallinger's words, I would think it's whatever you want it to be. Put the message in the box, put the box in the cart, you know, and until you get
Bring
heard.
it with you.
Yeah, whatever, it's a message of hope, a message of whatever it is. You just basically psychologically put it into your car and drive it around the world. That's how I interpret it.
It's amazing how people actually like that. They'll connect with lyrics.
The amount of kids who like it. Because we made such a funny video for it, there were loads of kids in the video. The amount of kids, especially when that record was really taking off, that they all did the kind of pretending to drive the wheel of the car and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been very, very good to me and continues to be good to me, that song.
It's an anthem. It definitely is an anthem.
Yeah.
So next song choice, moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
Tell me about why.
Well, Kate Bush was someone that just really, really affected me. I was a much younger fella on the Falls Road in West Belfast where I grew up. In the middle of all of that turmoil and war and atrocity and all that, before I understood how music worked, how records worked, there was always a kind of a magical quality to the fact that you would sit down, the crackle of the vinyl would happen first, and then the couple of notes from her piano, and then she starts singing, I hear him before I go to sleep. And it's like she was singing directly to me at that point, because I still had that mystery about music. So we were in my one of my oldest friends' big brother's bedroom. We weren't allowed in, number one. We were already there illegally on pain of death. Number two, he had a vinyl collection that we weren't allowed to touch, again, pain of death. And he just bought The Kick Inside by Kate Bush, her first album, 1978 I'm talking about. So that'll tell you how old I was. I'm 51 very soon, so I was, let's see, 66, 70, I was 10. I was coming up to 12 actually, sorry.
Did you sneak in to listen to it?
Sneaked in, we knew he was out, put it on, and it was like, it sent shivers through my whole body, that song.
At 10?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It really amazing, and I thought she was speaking to me through these speakers, and her beautiful, I love people who sing in their own accents, so she has the beautiful English accent. And many, many years later, which is another story for another day, I ended up having dinner with her in her house.
No.
And I got to tell her that whole story. Yes.
Well, let's Kate take it away.
Yeah.
I love the song Put a Message in the Box.
It is brilliant.
It's a slow intro.
Is it?
Oh wow.
She was 17 when she did this. That's what's really amazing. Never mind me being 10 or 12.
Did you see she took time out to rear her children?
Yeah, she's got one boy called Bertie.
Yeah.
I saw her concert 2 years ago in
She
London.
actually did stop music just to, and I thought, you know what?
All right.
Wow.
It's great to be able to do that.
Well, yeah, I know,
At the same time.
I know.
But absolutely admirable.
Wow, Brian. When you think back to that moment, you're obviously back in that bedroom.
I'm back in that wee back bedroom in Beachmount on the Falls Road. My best friend's older brother was out, so we had access to his vinyl player. And you know, in those days, it was such an incredible it was so rare for anybody to have an actual record player with big speakers and so on.
And a big vinyl collection, not just a little one.
Yeah, no, really good and up to date.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 1978. It had just come out, The Kick Inside, and I remember just being so struck by it. I don't know why. I still don't know why. Even as we were sitting here in your studio now, I'm still sitting thinking, oh, it's such a beautiful moment in time.
We're very lucky that you were influenced by that vinyl collection.
Yeah, indeed. And it was like the future was waving at me, because I grew up to get... I met Kate a couple of times. She had dinner at her house a couple of times. She came to see me live in London, things like that. So
did you know she was coming to see you live?
Yeah, what happened was I sent her my very first album just to say, you're one of the reasons I wanted to make music, without any expectation at all. Yeah. And about 6 months later, to cut a long story short, she wrote me back a card that it looked like it said Brian Wenedy. And in fact, it was just like, Wenedy? And then I saw it was from somebody called Wait Lush, or whatever it looked like. And so, yeah, and eventually, you know, the maths happened in my brain. It was like, it was Kate Bush, oh my God. So then she invited me to dinner at her house, and I went to dinner a couple of times, and then I invited her to my show and all that. Now, this is a whole other programme for another time. It's a very long story.
I know, yeah.
But I'm very thrilled that I got to chat to her about her music, and she was really complimentary about my very first album, The Great War of Words, that record.
See, that's a tick on your box. Another tick on my box is going to see you live in Castlewellan.
Well, we should just keep ticking the boxes as we go. That's all right.
Okay, let's go with your next song choice.
Okay, so Van Morrison really is one of the reasons that a lot of people out there listening, whether you're in Ireland, and I know this is going out across the internet, in the internet world, so lots of people, I always ask people, where did you first encounter me? Was it actually my first music, or was it through the music of Van Morrison?
Interesting,
I sang on 5 of his albums. Probably one of the most famous singles that we did together is called Days Like This. Now, interestingly, if you go online later on and look at the video we made for that, it's actually live vocals, because he refused to lip sync to
very
mine.
Good, yeah.
So we had it set up, even though it was being filmed as a music video. The vocals you hear on the video are slightly different to the vocals on the record, because they're live.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this was one of those. It was a great culmination of many years of touring. This is, I think, maybe the second album I did with him at the time. First being A Night in San Francisco, the double live album that we did. But this one is called Days Like This, and I love this song.